Welcome to this video here today. This one's going to be a little bit different to normal. I'm going to be sharing with you an interview I did a few months ago with a long-time client of ours, Anna James from Inked SMP over in Melbourne, Australia. Now, in the interview I did with Anna, who's now worked with us for about 3 or 4 years, we took her all the way from when she came on board with us. She'd only done a small handful of clients, all the way up to now she's done many thousands of clients. She has multiple SMP artists working underneath her. She's got multiple clinics in multiple different countries. She's run training classes globally with some of the biggest names in the industry. And I think a lot of what she shares as to how she was able to achieve that with our help in this video is going to be super relevant for you. So I'm excited for you to watch this. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. And without further ado, with all that said, let's dive straight in. Anna, I appreciate you jumping on with me.
What's up?
I know a lot of people will know your face, but where are you located? What's your clinic?
So we're in Melbourne, Australia, and it is Inked SMP.
When did you initially come on board with us?
It would have been, what was it, 2020?
Yeah.
So it's been over 2 years now.
And thinking back to 2.5 or so years ago when we started working together, where was the business back then? Who were you as an SMP artist? How big was your company? Like where were you with things?
So back then it was Inked by AJ. Obviously I rebranded last year or the year before, I can't remember. So much has happened. So it was just me on my own. We were in the middle of lockdown actually when we started working together. So I wasn't even open. I had just committed to my own first full-time location, which was just a tiny room. It was tiny. So that's where I was at. And then we were in the middle of lockdown when you hit me up. So yeah.
When you came aboard with us, I know we shot an interview back then, I think a month or a couple of months in. What results did you see and how quickly did it take you to start seeing results when you came on board?
So immediately, like the next day, like you said, hey, these ads are launching. And the next morning I woke up and I had like 5 leads. I was like, oh my God, a lead. Somebody wants to work with me. So it was literally immediately. I think our first month together, I had to look at the spreadsheet. It was like 100 leads. Like it was ridiculous. I think in that video before, I was like, oh, I've got maybe 10 people in the pipeline. Those 10 people booked. So I had about 20 or 30 clients just on a wait list, waiting for me to open after lockdown. So it was like, boom, straight off the bat. It's never slowed down since.
Fast forward 2.5 years down the line. I mean, you've had monumental growth with your own business. Where's that today? Like how big's the team? What do you do? What do you offer? Like where is Inked SMP today?
So it's not just AJ anymore. We're a team of, I've got 3 artists and a client consultant. So I guess we're a team of 5, which is wild to me. Like all of this has happened in the last 2 years, which is crazy.
Yeah. Team of 5, I guess, including you. And you've gone from just in the past just booking calendars, offering treatments to now you're somewhat international, right? Like you're in other countries, you do more than just treatments as well now, right?
Yeah. So last year I started doing some training. It's just been the evolution of my career, I guess. So where it's at now is I'm doing a lot of training in New Zealand, planning a training in Canada, which is huge. So my goal for last year was to be an international trainer. So now I am. And yeah, the team's just grown. Team's strong, team's on point. Yeah.
The training's a part a lot of people be interested in. I know a lot of people can aspire to get to that point where they can offer trainings as well.
Yeah.
How often are you running trainings? And then typically because I know you've run a couple in New Zealand now, but they're typically in Australia. How often are you running these classes?
Every month, pretty much, or every 6 weeks. So in like December and this month, I've had 2 because I only take 4 people in my Melbourne courses. We keep it small just for the space. So I've opened up extra trainings in those months. So yeah, the training has been consistent. Once people realize they want a higher standard of training, they don't just want basic shit. So we're busier than ever with training. And yeah, we've expanded into New Zealand, which is amazing.
And now you're offering, it sounds like you've got like somewhat of either clinic or partner clinic there doing treatments at some level in New Zealand as well.
Yes, we've got my boy Arden, SMP Aotearoa. He is in Wanganui at the moment, but he's moving to Wellington. So we'll have that Wellington studio opening next month. And I am in the market for an Auckland artist. So if you're good, hit me up.
So that'll be 2 clinics in New Zealand plus your main one in Melbourne, which I know you moved
Yeah.
into, when did you move into the one in Melbourne? Like a year ago, year and a half ago?
Yeah, so when I first started working with you, I was literally just in a tiny room. Banged it out in that room, like literally 6 days a week, 2, 3 clients a day for 2 years. Like this month is the first month where I will actually have one consistent day off a month. Like I've been working so hard the last 2 years. But yeah, we moved into the current Eat SMP studio almost, it's like a year and a half now. So this is the big one. This is the bright, colorful one. I'll definitely stay here. I love
Yeah.
this one.
Awesome. So that was obviously started getting yourself busy with the treatments, started hiring. I know you hired Ange, who was like your first practitioner, and then you've kind of built up and you have multiple now. And then you have other stuff you're doing in other countries as well as your trainings, which sounds hectic on its own. What's made it worth it for you to, big as you are now, to continue working with an outside company to kind of
You guys are my day ones. What do you mean? No, I tell everybody, people ask me all the time, like, is Michael legit? Is this legit? I'm like, okay, I can honestly say, and I'm not just pumping your tires, I would not be here right now where I am without your help, because everything that you guys do for me has just literally made my business. Like, honestly, it has. Obviously my hard work and everything that I do on the side, but just having you guys organize everything for me that you do, it's just, I don't have to worry about it. You know, like I have other shit happening. I don't need to worry about this section of my marketing. I've got other things that I do, but this section that you guys do, you're on point. You always have been. So, you know, if there's ever any slow periods, you're onto it. Before I message you, you're messaging me. We know that this is dipped. We're going to fix this. We're going to do this. If I ask you to change anything, it's changed. Always have nothing but good things to say about you guys. Of course, I'm going to stay with you.
And
it just makes sense. Like, why would I want to do it myself? You know, like you're doing a great job.
Yeah, it's fun. Like you come to us here and there with challenges. Like I remember they'd be like, hey, like I'm going to run a class of 6 in New Zealand. I've booked like 2 spots or 1 spot. I need you to sell like the other, whatever. I think we did it, but it was crazy trying to.
You smashed that one out the park. I just come up with these random ass ideas and I'm like, hey, Michael, I need this. You're like, okay, cool. But you always make it happen. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun for us as well, right? It constantly makes us realize that we're not, well, we can push harder and we can do more for you. Well, yeah, I hope we record another one of these in like another 2.5 years when we're 5 years on and we see. And
of course.
Although you might just be in Bali by then, just chilling on a beach somewhere. That'll be fun.
See, I thought I was gonna do that, and then I got real bored. I was like, I can't live this island life. I'll be so bored.
That's another thing to share with people. Like you work insanely hard, and then you have these insane trips like once or twice a year, and you'll just party hard at the same time, which I think is again another thing a lot of experts will aspire to just have a business at a point where it can continue making money and running when they're not there.
I wasn't there all Christmas. We had Corey, our new artist, in there holding down the fort, and Brooke as well, who are both great. So just being able to have them and have a team behind me is like massive now, because like I said, I've been out here behind that chair 6-7 days a week. Like if I'm not on some crazy holiday, I'm working 25/7, you know? So now it's to the point where I can finally take a little bit of a step back. But yeah, we've got 3 artists, which says a lot. So
amazing. Anna, well, look, I appreciate you taking the time. I know how busy you are. I appreciate you making time for me here so that we can shoot this.
Of course.